Okay, welcome back, everybody. This is Don't Watch at Night, a spooky little podcast dedicated to Spanish language horror and Latin American horror. I'm Valerie.
And I'm Veronica.
We had already, Veronica, I had already kind of done this just to open the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I let people know, I'm like, we will be doing this again when she comes on. So, all right, welcome to the virtual live show, if you will, the live stream, talking about movies. Isn't tomorrow the day that your gym does its soft opening or no?
Yes, I'm like super tired.
It's exciting.
And that's been pretty much taking up all of my free time practicing and learning new routines, trying to get them into muscle memory so that when I get up there, I don't actually teach my first class until Tuesday.
Okay.
I'll be there tomorrow to attend that instructor's, because that'll be the first evening class. And
how many days are you teaching weekly?
I'll be teaching
classes, I should say.
Tuesday night and then Saturday and Sunday mornings.
That'll be fun. I was, when I was trying to fill air, I was telling the peoples that I am returning to preschool teaching this fall, very, very part-time, but I do find it to be an interesting little contrast of being somebody who hosts a podcast dedicated to horror film and somebody who teaches preschool.
And how did that come about exactly? I haven't had a chance to
Well, so this was last year. I served as a substitute teacher at my youngest preschool that he just graduated from. And so this summer, they called me up and they said, hey, are you interested in potentially coming on as a lead? And if not, are you interested in just staying a sub? And I said, well, I can certainly do lead. I wouldn't be able to commit to the full 5 days a week just because of other things that I've got going on. You know, if you can work with that, I'd be happy to come on and teach. And so they said, yeah, sure. So yeah, that's how that came about. I did tell folks that at the end of this episode, we will be announcing the next book club pick. So if nothing else, stick around for that, friends. Before we get into our movie segment, I did want to share this list that I came across for Veronica and for listeners, viewers at home from Caldera.com, because this movie that we're talking about is on it. And because Veronica's a zombie nut. So Ron, if you are looking to find any other movies on Netflix that are zombie related, this list is for you.
And by the way, allergies have my eyes watering a lot. I'm not crying, because if you see me dabbing at my eyes, it's just itchy, watery. I'm going to try not to claw them out either because they itch like crazy. Put eye drops in, but still. So, sorry, I'm a mess.
She's emotionally overrun.
I'm a mess this morning.
Okay, from Caldera.com, these are the 8 best zombie movies on Netflix right now. And this list was posted back in March. So all of these movies might not be available now on Netflix, but it's worth hunting them down. I don't think this is any particular order, but at the top of the list there's a movie, Veronica, that came out in 2020 called #Alive. It is South Korean horror film. So this is what it says: Between Train to Busan and the vastly underrated series Happiness, South Korea has been putting out some of the best zombie content. It's listed as a claustrophobic action horror film about isolation and survival that follows a video game streamer fending off a zombie horde from his meager apartment. There's also, I'm sure you've heard of this one, Ron, 2017's Cargo, because it stars Martin Freeman. Had you ever heard of that one?
Mm-mm.
Well, I won't read this description because it straight up gives away some major plot points, but it came out in 2017. I had seen it come up before in my searches, so it might still be available on Netflix. Also, there's something called Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, which came out in 2023. It's kind of like a manga or anime. This is sort of based on that. The vibe is essentially Office Space meets The Walking Dead, kind of a fun zombie comedy. There's Army of the Dead, which came out in 2021. That stars Dave Bautista. So that's a zombie heist movie. And then Our Valley of the Dead, and then Resident Evil Death Island, which also came out in 2023. And then 2024's Outside that I wasn't telling you about this. I was telling the listeners about this before you came on. So Outside looks really interesting, Ron. It came out in 2024. It's a Philippine horror film. It just sort of looks interesting. It's reminiscent of a family drama and isolation-induced madness of The Shining, but the supernatural aspects are replaced with zombie element. That might be cool. I was telling them every now and then we jump out and we do other language horror films, so that might be a cool one to look at.
I actually haven't heard of most of those movies on that list.
Yeah.
So more to check out for me.
Veronica is a huge zombie fan, and if you listen to our previous episode, we did. Shoot, what did we just watch? What was the last
Summer camp.
Summer camp. Thank you.
I finally knew a movie.
Summer camp. So this was not with any degree of planning, mind you, but we decided to just keep the zombie element going.
So we watched 2020's Valley of the Dead. It's out of Spain, action horror film, a minute and 42 seconds runtime. It actually, I think, was delayed. It was made like, I think around COVID or right around that time, or it was delayed because of COVID. And so it late release date, but
did you catch the Spanish title of this one at all anywhere? I saw it in writing.
Malnazidos.
Okay.
Which
that's what it
I've
was.
never heard that word. Malnazidos. Zombie action film set during the Spanish Civil War. The film follows a group of soldiers and civilians who must unite to survive a zombie outbreak amidst the conflict. And it stars, sorry, I'm having to go back between my laptop and my phone because for some reason there's a big old ad covering part of my laptop screen. And there's no like X to get out of it. So I can't figure out how to make it go away. But anyway, stars Mike Esparbe as, was it Han? Jan? Han? Was it Han? I think it's Han.
Han Solo. Okay,
Han Solo. Aura Garrido as priest killer. Luis Callejo as the sergeant. Alvaro Cervantes as Mecha. And I didn't catch all these people's names in the actual course of the movie, but
it wasn't the Russo just Russo, or was he Brodsky? He was Brodsky.
Sergio Torrico as Brodsky. Jesus Carroza as Jurel. I think he was the ladies' man. Manuel Lunel as De Cruz. Maria Boto as Sor Flor. Muad Gazuan, and I'm probably butchering that name, as Rafir. Manuel Moron as General Lozano. And Francisco Reyes as the Nazi dude. What was your initial impression? Like first impression, like as soon as the movie ended, what was your feeling?
I had a really fun time. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was giving Inglourious Bastards kind of. I don't know if you ever saw that, but like that same kind of vibe. I thought it was great. What did you think of it?
Well, as a zombie movie, I think it was a little slow.
Okay.
And well, it depends on I don't know if it was a zombie movie that just happened to be set kind of in a wartime period, or if it was a wartime period that just happened to have zombies in it. So depending on what the goal was, would kind of say whether it met that or not. Like strictly as taking it as a zombie movie, I think it was kind of slow pace. Like the runtime I said was a minute and 42 seconds, which is like 12 minutes. Oops, sorry, hit the mic. Which was 12 minutes over that hour and a half sweet spot. And I think I kind of felt those 12 minutes. But I did enjoy it. It had humor moments in there that were funny. I don't know that necessarily translates to English watchers, but I enjoyed the humor, the cast, the characters. I liked almost all of them. So
yeah. It's interesting because it is based off a book, and I'm wondering if the book died. I'm wondering if there's more Spanish Civil War background in the book than is portrayed here. Because it's like some people were like, it's not enough Spanish Civil War being mentioned, and some people are like, it's too much. It's not enough zombie interplay. So I'll agree with you on that. Like I felt like it wasn't as scary.
No, it was not scary at all. Really.
I think I appreciated the humor. It was fast for me. Normally I don't have too much trouble keeping up, constantly working on improving my bilingual skills. But usually I don't have any trouble keeping up with Spanish language films. This one was hard, a little bit tough for me. It was fast moving. But so it took me a while to sort of get into the groove. I felt like I was missing jokes. And then as I was able to follow the plot, I was able to appreciate it more and appreciate the humor more.
And it's a dry humor too.
It's like a black comedy or dark comedy.
It's very dry humor. And like you said, it does, the lines are it's almost like a play, really. Sometimes the lines are spoken really fast, like you would find in a play. I think in that sense, it probably flew by a lot of people as well. It didn't land quite well, but it was funny. Like there was that one line where the sergeant is telling Han, "You believe in nuns?" And he's like, "I don't believe in nuns. They exist."
Yeah. When it's just like the deadpan way he
Yeah.
delivers it. He's like, well, it's not so much that I believe in them as they exist. But
Yeah.
just to, if you've seen this movie, then you already know. But for anybody who doesn't, and by the way, there's going to be spoilers.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're just coming to our show for the first time and you don't know what we are about, we will spoil this movie for you. So we generally announce our films ahead of time so that you have time to watch it. Obviously, with the live stream, it's a little bit different. We're thrusting it on you. But if you don't want it to be spoiled, stop what you're doing, go watch it, come back. You can always catch the live stream later after the fact. We do have a comment from someone. Somebody says, love this film. It felt like Indiana Jones meets a Living Dead film. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It was fun. I mean, like I was saying, for me, it was Inglourious Bastards is sort of what it reminded me of, probably because of the historical stuff going on in the background. So just to set that for you guys, if you haven't seen it, it's Spain, 1938. This is sort of the Spanish Civil War has been going on. And so you've got, it was like the Republicans and the Nationalists.
I don't know enough about the Nationalists.
But in the movie, they refer to them as the Nationalists, right? Yeah, and like it is adapted from a novel called Noche de Defuntos del 38 by Manuel Martín Ferreras. If you're looking to sort of dive deeper into this story, maybe go check out that book. But
apparently there's also a video game.
Yeah, I saw that there's like a video game, which is cool. By the way, and we'll get to it, but did you see, I finally caught the mid-credits scene. I finally was like, I bet there's a mid-credits scene, and I fast-forwarded, and sure enough, there was. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that later. Okay,
we had seen another movie that was set in the Spanish. Oh, Devil's Backbone was set during the Spanish.
Yes.
So now I'm going to be worried about those little boys wandering around out there with zombies.
Okay, there's some standout moments for me. I want to talk standout moments. I want to talk favorite characters. Feel free to chime in and let us know if you had favorite characters or favorite moments, standout moments. But Ron, how did you feel the film opened? I thought it was a really strong opening to the film with the wedding scene. How did you the setup for that?
Yeah, it was pretty dark. It's a wedding in a little small village, and all of a sudden the Nazis roll up and just shoot everybody. Just
gun down this entire wedding party.
And then the head honcho Nazi dude throws like canisters of, I don't know, some kind of gas. It's not tear gas, but some kind of gas starts emitting, and
so you immediately sense where it's going, right? So
actually, I thought the tone of the movie was going to be a lot darker based on that.
Well, see, which is fair, because the other thing to know, Veronica doesn't watch trailers. So Veronica goes in blind. Versus I did know, I was expecting some humor because I did watch the trailer. So yeah, I can see where you would watch the opening and think, oh, this is going to be grim. You do sort of, it automatically sets up what this is going to be. And I thought that was a fun story device to sort of make the zombies be this biological warfare tool for the war. Who were some of your favorite characters? All of you said.
I mean, I liked them
this
all.
is the rare movie where Veronica liked everybody.
I liked them all except for like the uncle, the Nazi dude, and then I don't know what his name was, and I can't get this darn
Four Eyes, the glasses dude.
Yes, the rebel who's like really fanatical.
Yes.
He's like whatever it takes to.
Yeah.
I thought his name was. Yeah, him.
I thought for sure he was actually like a double agent or something, and sort of helping the
fascists.
Yeah. Locate them. And so then the fascists were sending zombies to their location. But I also I got the sense that they have no control over the zombies. The zombies are just doing what they do. They go where they want. I liked everybody for the most part. I liked the Brodsky. I like Brodsky a lot. Did you say it's Sister Flor, or what is her name? The nun.
Yeah, she's listed as Sor, S-O-R, Flor, F-L-O-R.
Sor Flor.
I don't know what.
Well, I'm just going to call her Sister Flor.
The warrior nun.
Sister Flor. The warrior nun.
The warrior nun.
I liked her. I liked her character. I liked her end quote that she goes out on.
Yeah.
When she takes the rifle and I even screenshot it because I wanted to read it back to you guys. And I might be getting the translation wrong, but she says she
cracks her gun
terminology, whatever with her gun, cocks her gun, whatever that is. And she starts walking towards the zombies, and she's like, and the God of peace brought back from the dead the great shepherd of the sheep, our Lord Jesus, through the blood of the eternal covenant. To him whom be glory forever and ever. Amen. I thought that was great.
I personally, I would have used the shells that the sergeant gave her to shoot myself instead of let myself be eaten alive. But that's just my personal preference.
I gotta prep my closing lines to go out on, Ron. I gotta have my quote ready to go for when my time comes.
I will
So
also say because like Valerie said, I did not look up this movie at all online, so I'm just now looking at the movie posters for it, and I
Yeah.
like them. They're really cool, and then the individual character posters are all really cool.
that's the part of it that kind of really reminds me of, like I said, Inglorious Bastards. That it's just sort of, I don't want to say glamour, for lack of a better way to put it, but they look very glamorous in this movie. You know,
That's
it's
very
like
cool.
taking place during the 1930s and Nazi time, but they look very glamorous in this movie in much the same way I think they do in Quentin Tarantino's movie.
Hold on, Mom's texting me.
Our mother?
Yes.
Okay.
They're supposed to be coming over sometime today.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, they're at the door.
Hi, Mom.
I'm like, oh,
Okay.
Hi, Mom, if you're watching.
All right. I
By the
responded.
way, for those of you, again, if you're new, Veronica and I are sisters.
Yes.
We are in our 3rd year of running this podcast. Okay, so
Your favorite character. Well, yeah, yours said.
Daryl says, it felt like this film and Juan of the Dead were highly influenced by Shaun of the Dead humor. Yes, Juan of the Dead is a film that Veronica really wants to watch, and we have not done an episode on it yet, but we want to.
Juan of the Dead.
Juan of the Dead. What were some standout scenes to you, Ron? Apart from that opening scene, which I think, was really strong.
The scene, well, the emotional scene, because like I was enjoying the movie, but the scene that actually kind of made me missed up a little bit was De Cruz's final sacrifice, because he's been bitten, and
He's
then
like
that whole exchange with him and the
race car driver
dude.
No, not race car. He's
motorbike.
It's motorbike
racer dude, and that he did remember meeting him as a kid, and that was just like a sweet moment.
Yeah,
it kind of got me in the feels.
Yeah, and it's like something about it doesn't matter when you start a race, you have to finish it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of. I thought that was nice. I'm trying to see because I'm seeing chat on the YouTube. There's also chat that it's directing me to here.
Can I get on the YouTube and see chat? Never done this.
Well, like I have the YouTube link going just so I can make sure we're going. Okay, no, I'm getting it. Yeah, that was his demise hit me in the feels too.
He's like only 17.
He's a kid. Also Brodsky, when they come across Brodsky on the electric fence, I thought that was.
Well, he hesitated taking out Zombie Boy, little kid, and you just can't do that in a zombie apocalypse.
That's not a mistake Veronica would ever made.
You have to be prepared to.
It's gonna double tap.
Zombies are zombies, dude. You got to take them out.
Yeah,
cannot discriminate based on age.
Did we clarify for me? Does Han ever find his brother?
No. Which I was kind of expecting him to come across him at some point, but no.
And you would have to assume that his brother, maybe he's a zombie now, if he made it out.
Han is on the nationalist side, although I don't think he's like hardcore.
He's just a rebel without a cause.
He's a corporate lawyer, and he's just who is actually when we first meet him, he's about to be executed by firing squad because he's been helping a lot of Reds, the rebels.
See, I wasn't clear on what it was.
Yeah.
I knew he headbutted a judge, but
he was like saving them from execution. In fact, in that specific instance, I think he had saved De Cruz from being executed and headbutted the judge, and the judge happened to be a personal friend, almost a cousin of Francisco Franco, the dictator.
Yes, the dictator.
Yeah. So when we first meet Han, he's about to be executed by his own side.
By his own side.
For helping the opposition.
And
his brother, he has a brother who's on the rebel side, the Reds. They call them the Reds. And so I was expecting to kind of meet them and have them have a reunion, and that never happened.
And that is sort of played up quite a bit in this movie, is just the ideological differences of these two sides, because when Han and the kid, what's his name?
De Cruz.
Pablo.
Jesus. Sorry.
When you pop into the mic like that, I'm just like, I hear it so it doesn't translate in the recording. You sound fine. It's like, it doesn't sound particularly loud at all, but in my ear, it just always like surprises me because Veronica's so like calm, and then every now and then just it's boom.
No, we find out his first name is Pablo, like at the end when the motorbike racer.
Okay.
tells him that he
Gotcha.
remembers his name, but he's De Cruz through the whole
Oh,
movie.
yeah. That's right. That's right. Where was I saying? Where was I going? Where was I going with this? Oh, the ideological differences.
Mhm.
So, when Han and De Cruz are out, they've been put on assignment to go across this terrain, the Sierra, which is no man's land, I suppose. And they come across a fighter pilot that got, shot down or something. They meet this ragtag group of rebels. And so it's just sort of like this coming together of these two groups, who are like hardcore ideologically opposed. They've got to work together to survive. Question, because it's coming up now that we're talking about the shot down pilot. Earlier in the film, when Han is getting his assignment with his uncle and he's getting ready to depart, and he comes across that friend of his who had lost his limbs.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, he's lighting up the cigarette for his friend who's being taken by Nazi dude, we don't know where. Later on, when they meet that zombie pilot hanging from the trees, is that their friend?
No, because
he's also missing limbs.
Well, yeah, but they said that was an Italian pilot, which I guess they could tell by the plane.
That's what they say.
Well, no, because the friend was the one at the very end that bites Han in the train. Remember, she shoots at the Nazi dude. Zombies have breached the room, the train car that they're in, so they're moving back, and he opens the door and his friend is hanging there. That's the zombie that bites him on the hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought I was just like, oh, look, is that his friend? And they turned him into a zombie.
That's what I thought at first, but then I was like, well, no, they keep calling him the Italian pilot.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what a Nazi would say. I thought that when they come back to the little town and we see the remains of the wedding party scene and we see the bride, I thought that was pretty well done too. Because, you see this bride and you think, oh, thank God somebody made it. Somebody survived. I was not expecting that she had been bit and that she then turns and attacks them in the tunnels. Did you see that coming? Did you feel like that was pretty obvious? I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it.
I'm an easy dupe though.
I didn't see it coming because it seemed like it was too long, which actually I was going to say that. Did that make sense in the narrative, the rules established by the narrative? Did that make sense that it took her so long
to turn?
But
yeah, because like how much time has passed? I don't even know. I assumed that that happened early on and then days passed, but even still,
but then
even if
knows,
like a day has happened.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't turn right away because the Cruz got bit and I don't know how long they drove to that camp there, that not a fortress. What do you call that?
Fort. We'll call it a fort.
Fort. I don't know how long that drive was, but he didn't turn right away either.
That's scary though. Like if you've been bit and you have no idea how long the turn time is, tell your people, hey, I've been bit. I could become a threat any minute. I don't know.
We're all in this car together. This truck. I was happy that Rafir, the Muslim.
Yes, I was happy he made it too.
Yeah, twice.
Twice. Cheats death.
Because first we think he's been bitten in the foot, and he's like, no. And then when he got snatched off, I'm actually not sure how did he survive that being snatched off.
I'm not sure either because like the other two survived because they were in that glass enclosure because a bomb goes off. Like, they set off a bomb and somehow he makes it. But I think that's just he makes it on his faith alone. His faith keeps him whole.
So that was nice to see. And then I did appreciate, and I'm going to come off as like I hate romance, which is not true. Like if I can show you a picture of my bookshelves with my most favorite books on it, they all have romance side plots in them. It's just I'm very picky about how romances are done. It's not that I'm against romance in general. I'm just very picky about how it's delivered, executed. But I did appreciate that in this movie, there really wasn't one. And at the very end, the girl and the boy don't end up together because, of course, they're on completely opposing political, ideological viewpoints. And they have nothing in common other than the fact that they've survived this traumatic experience. And so I appreciated that she takes him, drops him off outside his village, and she rides off into the sunset, and she never even told him her real name. So I love that. Right.
I thought that was, honestly, I felt like that coupled with the mid-credit end scene just spells like there should be a sequel. Like maybe they, what's the word I'm looking for? Come together again to fend off the next invasion of zombies.
No, because then we would have romance, and nope. I'm going to nix that right there.
Well, no, because you just got through saying that you like romance in some ways. So why wouldn't you like them coming together later on when they've had a chance to sort of earn it in the plot? Why wouldn't you champion that?
Because they'd still be on. That would
You just
be
don't want happiness, is what it is.
no, because that would be like too. It's not that I like peanut butter and jelly and I like peanut butter and honey, or I roll the toilet paper this way and you roll it that way. I mean, they're talking some major
Well, yeah,
differences on ideologies
he
and
already like doesn't fully believe in the ideology that he's fighting for.
well,
So
then he
like
should have.
if anything, he's an easy convert.
Then he should have gone over and joined his brother instead
Well,
of staying on the side that's turning people into zombies on purpose.
well, it's not like he knew that was going on, and you did just say like he was helping Reds avoid execution, so he's not totally irredeemable. But
Well,
yeah, I mean, I appreciated that they didn't end up together. I also appreciate that like we never learn her name. We know that the reason she's the priest killer is because that priest did something to her.
yes, I wanted
sister.
to know what she whispered to
I appreciate that we don't get told because it's like
I wanted to know.
you know in these stories what that's all about. So I appreciated that we didn't have to
No, I
dwell
wanted to
on
know.
that.
I wanted to
I
know.
bet you they do in the book. I bet you it's more of a plot point in the book.
On that mid-credit scene or whatever, because she shot him point blank in the head. So
Ooh, the zombie, the Nazi dude. Yes,
Nazi dude. So
yeah,
how could that be his hand still moving?
that's a good question. She did shoot Nazi guy in the head. How is it that he came back?
Unless it was just some random person's hand, but
No, because well, I mean, so we have resources that we link after every single episode. So if you're part of our Patreon, you don't have them yet. But you will have them. I will link them for you guys. And then we always include them on the podcast platforms. So you'll have links to reviews and stuff that we looked at when we talk about our films. And one of the reviews, they said the same thing, that it is the Nazi guy's hand come back to life. So I think we're right in identifying it, but you're right that I don't know how it is that he comes back.
because I went back, because at first I thought, well, maybe it's Han's hand because priest killer cuts it off to save him. But
she wasn't wearing.
he wasn't wearing gloves. So I went back. I went back just to make sure that he wasn't wearing gloves, and I just missed it. Nazi dude is wearing gloves, but they're black. And the one in the mid-credit scene looked kind of more like brownish leather to me. So I don't know.
Unless it's like this is going to be the new biological evolution of whatever it is they've created to make these people zombies. Maybe it's like you can't shoot them in the head anymore. There has to be some other way to take them down. I don't know.
Well, and there's also the whole thing. I mean, I know they bombed the valley to supposedly clear out all, but how do you know that the random villager didn't wander out and make it out of the valley in that time? Like, you can't be certain that stragglers didn't make it out.
Yeah. To the point of some of the resources that we've looked at, there were people who had sort of, let's see, like, I feel like I'm missing some notes. Okay. What I wrote was you have a real mix of reviews on this, with some people wanting, like I said, less of the Spanish War stuff, more zombies, some people wanting more Spanish War to balance out the zombies. You also have some folks that really felt that this particular zombie film, I'm quoting, doesn't do anything for the genre, which I feel is unfair.
Well, I mean,
feel like that's overly harsh.
It does. I think what they mean is it doesn't offer anything new in the genre.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't offer anything that we haven't seen before,
which is okay. Like, it, you know.
But I think if you're gonna do that and not offer anything new, I guess there's like a higher standard. Like, if you're just gonna toe the line and kind of follow what's already been done, you have to like
do it really well.
Like Train to Busan. Yeah. Train to Busan didn't really introduce anything new in the genre, but it was just so well done, and it was like bam, 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 bam. Like, you were on the edge. Maybe not you, Valerie, because you just seem kind of underwhelmed. But the majority of us,
no, that's not fair. I did like it.
You didn't cry. You didn't cry.
Veronica's mad that I didn't cry.
She's got a heart of stone.
First of all, you build it up so much that, like, by the time I watched it, Veronica loves Train to Busan.
I love Train to Busan. I mean, you were just like on the edge of your seat the whole time, and it made you cry. Like, how many zombie movies? Like,
it was scary.
Yeah, and so I think that's what they're meaning. It's not. I mean, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
It's fun.
It's fun. But
Train to Busan is
I
I
also
wouldn't categorize as fun.
no. I also think I'm trying to remember if there's ever been another. I don't think a period piece zombie movie is very common. So I think, and that's where I think maybe you're getting people that are like, well, is it a war movie or is it a zombie movie? Because they're just not used to seeing a period piece zombie movie, and so
For whatever reason, you said that and it made me think, you saw Pride and Prejudice and Zombies with me, right? We went to go see that together. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was a
That's
fun
another-
movie. Yeah,
That was a fun movie.
that was a fun movie.
I see what you're saying, that it's like you can absolutely have I think you need a good balance of movies that are groundbreaking in their genre and then movies that just sort of fold into the genre cozy and don't necessarily challenge any conventions or anything, but you want to make sure you do it really well.
Yeah, but I also think there's a phenomena second watch syndrome, because I think when you watch something for the first time, if it doesn't meet whatever your own personal expectations were, it can make you have a more negative or more critical out view. But then I find, me personally, sometimes if I go back and I rewatch it, knowing what it actually is, I can enjoy it better, and
You can appreciate
I
it.
end up
Yeah.
liking it more than I did when I first watched it. So sometimes you just have to go back and rewatch something again and enjoy it for what it is, because your expectations can color a lot of
a lot of your first
yeah,
reactions because you're expecting something and you get something completely different. Yeah, I mean, I think I was expecting it to be like a little bit more laugh out loud funny,
based on the
but
trailer. Because you
yeah,
did watch the trailer, right?
I
Before
did
the
watch the trailer. The dry humor was more prevalent, but I did appreciate that. I think if it had been like slapstick comedy, I don't know that it really would have.
I don't think it wouldn't have worked either.
Yeah, so I appreciate that it was. Is that the dog?
No, that's oldest son.
It's like, is that Coda?
No, he's getting ready for work.
Is he whining that he has to get ready for work?
No, that's how he calls the dog. He'll just go, "Oh." Because I
Oh,
guess coda is too long to say, all 4 letters.
2 syllables. Yeah.
That's what I meant, 2 syllables.
I see that point. Initially, when I was reading those reviews that I felt were like overly critical, I was like, I feel like that's unfair. But I do see what you're saying, and that makes sense. I did thoroughly enjoy it though, and I do think it has. Talking about rewatchability, I always try to gauge a film by like, would I watch this again? And I think absolutely. I think it's
Yeah.
a fun, easy watch. I recommend it. There is this quote. What did you want to say?
No, I just was going to say another scene that I really enjoyed was the scene where, I don't know these people's names, the flirty dude and who's on the nationalist side and the motorbike racer
Motorbike guy.
dude end up in the same, they both like seek refuge in the same cab of a truck, and they're like locked in there and surrounded by zombies. And so the kind of conversation that they have when they're in there, and then
Yes.
they go out and
And
the nationalist is like, long live Spain. And then the other dude's like, wait, which Spain?
which
Your
Spain?
Spain, my Spain. Boom. And so
Yeah, that was funny.
I like that scene.
And I liked that scene because I did think that it was very much against his like Dirtbike guy's character, as far as we had understood him throughout this movie, for him to bail on his team. He's just like, well, I'm not made to do whatever, so peace out, bye y'all. And like, what?
Yeah.
You start a race, you have to finish it, right? That's what you said. So I thought it was very out of character for him to abandon them. So I'm glad that he had a moment to come back and even if unintentionally redeem himself.
Right.
So
And
same thing with the coward guy.
that also reminds me of something else, because like the whole movie, you've got this motley crew of nationalists and reds that are having to work together, trust each other, and they just keep sniping at each other over their political differences. And the whole time I'm thinking, dudes, there's bigger stuff at play
Right.
here. Like but then in that scene where you've got the two of them trapped in the cab of that truck, and they pull out their individual pictures of their girlfriends, their wives, their loved ones, and you hear that flirty dude pulls out, which, why are you flirting if you've got this lovely woman? But anyway, he pulls it out and he said, yeah, your side killed her at whatever instance. And then the other bike racer dude pulls out his picture of his wife and his son, and he said, yeah, I saw the house fall on them after your side bombed them. And so then you kind of, it's really brief, but that's when you can kind of get a sense of like, this is why they're so locked into their political viewpoints, because they've suffered like real
right
losses,
yeah
and they have actual personal stakes in this
Yeah.
So then you can kind of understand better why it's
Right.
hard to overcome that in the moment.
Agreed. Yeah. It's sort of like you start to see that there is actual, and I
Every
don't
reason
mean
to
to
hate
sound
each other.
naive,
Yeah.
but there is actual blood on the blood that's been shed, and
Mhm.
they do have actual skin in the game, I guess, for any other way to put it. I thought is the leader of the rebels is Sergeant?
They
Is
just
that
call him Sergeant. Yeah.
Sergeant? I thought his send off was great, like where he's put the coal in the train or whatever. He's going to get the train moving. He sees he's being overrun by zombies, and so he does what Veronica would have done in this situation. He's like, well, I'm going to go out on my own terms.
Mhm.
And he says whatever about his amour, his
Yeah.
sister Flor, that if heaven is real, here's to seeing you on the other side or
Which,
something like that.
maybe that's why she didn't take the same out, because she's Catholic, obviously. Although I would
Mhm.
argue that knowingly walking into a horde of zombies, is that not kind of suicide too? But I don't know. It's kind of hazy.
There was no other ending for him,
Yeah.
obviously, but it was another one that kind of caught me in the feels. It was a really well put together cast, nicely fleshed out characters, and I enjoyed them all. I thought their performances were all great. I don't think there were any weakest links. Everybody was great.
Yeah.
For such a big ensemble. There's this quote that will be coming to you guys in one of the reviews. This is from Keith in the Movies, keithinthemovies.com. He says, while this may be a hard film to read initially, it quickly begins to reveal its identity. It's a zombie flick for certain, but it's also very much a war movie, a survival thriller, at times a black comedy, and a sharp critique of human division and how we cling so tightly to our differences. It's a good review. If you guys haven't had a chance to look at it, we'll link that for you.
I did also like the exchange of lines when the two sides meet up at that old shack or house in the valley, and bike racer dude is commenting to Rafir, makes some kind of snide remark about how, yeah, your Allah doesn't seem to mind, or doesn't, what is it? Something about has you killing your fellow brother or man or something, and Rafir responds back, well, your God doesn't seem to mind you killing your brother either. So it just kind of a little jab at religion and
and the way people
the
wield
way
it
people
too.
wield it as a weapon, to serve their own ends.
Ooh, light scale. Where would you rank this one?
I mean, I think you
Light
could watch it
switches.
at night. I don't think I
Yeah.
personally didn't find it scary.
What did you think of the zombies?
This wasn't not the best special effects I've ever seen, but I mean, it was okay.
Off recent memory, what have you found? What film or shows or whatever off your recent memory? What zombie effects have you been like most impressed by? What movie or show had to you really impressive zombie effects? You've seen way more zombie films than I have, so.
Well, I mean, The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, Train to Busan had some freaky effects.
Yeah.
Pretty any big budget. I don't know
Yeah.
what the budget was on this movie, but any
Yeah.
big budget zombie movie, World War Z.
I mean, honestly, the way that their pupils go kind of dark in this one,
Mhm.
that part kind of reminded me a little bit of the movie we just watched, Summer Camp. They don't really look dead; they just look pale with darker eyes. So
I did find it funny that like people, like when they're alive, their teeth look normal, and then they turn, and all of a sudden they've got really bad teeth. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
The process of decay is just like that. Yeah, you can watch this one in the dark. This one's not going to keep you up at night. It is a fun watch, so definitely give it a look.
Yeah, it's like,
Veronica and I have chosen our book. Oh, you know what? I was going to talk about that article, but did I link that article? There, but let's get to the book. While I'm flailing to find the thing, let's get to the book. So we have picked out our next book club selection. We are going to be reading a book called Suburban Dicks. Suburban Dicks by Fabian Nicieza. So this book came out published in 2022. And it's like the first in a series, I believe. So there is a book 2. This is the first book. We decided we'll start with the first book. So a little bit about it. From the co-creator of Deadpool comes a hilarious, entertaining debut featuring 2 unlikely and unforgettable amateur sleuths, an engrossing and entertaining murder mystery full of skewering social commentary. So right off the top, that's one thing that I want to tell you guys. Veronica and I decided we're going to take a little bit of a detour from our normal, quote-unquote, traditional horror book selections, just because we kind of both wanted to try something else, take a little bit of a break. This is our book club, so we can do what we want. Okay, so here's a little more about the book. Andy Stern thought she'd solve her final homicide. Once a budding FBI profiler, she gave up her career to raise her 4, soon to be 5 children in West Windsor, New Jersey. But one day between that's a lot of children. But one day between soccer games, recitals, and trips to the local pool, a very pregnant Andy pulls into a gas station and stumbles across a murder scene. So she's prego solving a murder? That's fun. An attendant has been killed and the bumbling local cops are in way over their heads. Suddenly, Andy is obsessed with the case and back on the trail of a killer, this time with kids in tow. I'm not going to read the rest of it because this gets really long. But Suburban Dicks, one-of-a-kind mystery that readers will not be able to stop talking about. So that's what we're reading. More murder mystery, less horror. But we'll be reading that one. You have a long time to read it. Our book club episode for that isn't coming till end of October, so you have plenty of time to get that book and read it and be part of discussion with us. If you go and you find us over on patreon.com, join our Patreon for free. You can be part of the discussion online there. Ron, while I'm still looking for that article, is there anything else that you are taking in or enjoying right now? This isn't recommendation time, but just anything else that you're looking at.
No, I have not had time to do anything but practice.
Okay, so I just wanted to share with you guys this article, a little bit of it, because we do try to talk about this periodically. It is one of the key reasons that we started up this podcast, Latinx representation in film and the need for more of it. So there's an article that came out in December of last year, so it's older, but just 2024. This is from, by the way, hiplatina.com. We'll link it for you guys. 2024 in retrospect, Latinx representation matters year round. So it's just an article that kind of argues for the fact that we need this kind of representation present in our storytelling all the time, not just during Hispanic Heritage Month. According to the 2020 census, Latinx people make up approximately 20% of the U.S. population. We account for 51% of all new population growth. As this country becomes more diverse, so too does the consumer base. And so as our buying power increases, our representation should increase. People want to see themselves reflected in advertising, on screen, across pop culture. And yet when it comes to representation in media, the article just points out that we're still lagging behind. They do also link to a 2023 study by the Latino Donor Collaborative, which I think I've also talked about that study before. The study highlights how Latinx representation in Hollywood is declining. And I didn't have a chance to read this one, but just recently there was an op-ed in the New York Times, I want to say, talking about how Hollywood is sort of trending back to being whiter again, perhaps because of the political climate that we're in. It is just sort of relevant in this time when, you know, you've got DEI programs ending and you've got sort of an attack on diversity in storytelling happening, that we need to push for representation in our storytelling even more and not drop it. Something to reflect on. And I've got the article linked for you guys. The study that it links does say that although we make up 24% of movie ticket sales and streaming subscriptions, only 10% of main cast roles are played by Latinx actors. It's a disparity. Great article. I'll link it for you guys. Give it a read. And that's it. I haven't really been watching anything either. I've been I'm still trying to get through Untamed. We've been so busy, but we are enjoying it. Good show.
I haven't watched any more episodes since.
There is a fun, cozy little murder mystery film coming to Netflix. The Thursday
Murder Club. I have the book. I can't decide if I want to read the book first and have it spoil the show, or watch the show and then read the book and have it spoil the book. So I don't know.
Did you see the casting for it? It's really great. Ben Kingsley, Pierce Brosnan. Helen Mirren. Yeah. So I haven't read the book. I feel like I've heard about it. I've heard of the book, obviously, but I haven't read it. I think
there's like 4 or 5 books out now in that series.
That's why I thought it was going to be a show. Somebody on Threads said, no, it's a movie. But they might make subsequent movies.
Yeah.
Did you see how
popular? Because actually, Untamed, the show that we both have started and are enjoying with Eric Bana, that was only originally intended to be just a limited, like a 1 season, but it's been so successful that Netflix said, hey, we want more. And so now they just announced, or I just saw yesterday, that they are going to be doing a 2nd season of that.
I was very disappointed that they're not renewing The Residents. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
I haven't finished it.
I liked it. I thought it was fun, and I'm very sad that they're not renewing it. I do have My Only Murders coming back here soon. So I'm going to enjoy that one. I know that when the new season of Wednesday has dropped, I don't know if it seems like it's geared towards younger people, and I think you and I talked about this last time with season 1. It just seems like it's geared towards younger people. So I don't know that but it is Tim Burton, and I do like Tim Burton, so I don't know, maybe I'll give it a look. Okay, so Suburban Dicks is the name of the book. Now that we've announced it, we will be posting about it on social media. Fabian Nicieza. I need to get his last name down. Nicieza. We'll have that book club episode coming to you in October. Lots of time to read.
Yep.
Do we have our next film picked up? Do you want to try to do The Skin I Live In? What did I say before we went with this one? What was the one I had wanted to watch? Holly Blood. Holly Blood.
Is that a Christmas thing?
No, it's there's a vampire element to that one.
Oh, okay.
So, but it looks real dumb. I don't know. I don't know if we want to opt for something more substantive and then do Holly Blood, kind of like balance it out, ride the waves of
horror.
So we could, I don't know, if we can find The Skin I Live In anywhere, that is one we should watch soon. If not next episode, then soon, because it's one that's very high up there on Spanish language horror films. So we'll see what we've got. We will always post about our films, upcoming film episodes on our social media. So if you don't follow us already, please do. We're Don't Watch at Night Pod pretty much everywhere. Find us on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream and for bearing with us as we kind of got a late start. We always try to do live streams periodically, and we always post about it on our Patreon and on our YouTube. So find us there. And that's it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Don't Watch at Night is a Nest production hosted by me, Veronica, and Valerie. Editing by Valerie. Music by Omar Chakor. Production support for this episode provided by Lorenzo Villarreal and Alex Street. Listen to new episodes of Don't Watch at Night every other Monday, and don't forget to give us a rate and review. It's the best way to help us grow.